Hello, and welcome. This is Julie with the Jewel Design, and it's Friday. And this is a mini Friday daily series. It's our December daily series, and I wish I thought to start it sooner. Oh well. That's okay. But it sort of came down to where I was like, oh, Friday's we can sort of figure out what to do for my December daily because I wanted to keep you guys up to date. So today we're taking a part of a a Kleenex box. For a while there, Kleenex boxes from whatever my Costco runs a couple years back had snowflakes and pretties and all that goodie. And so I kept this, but this is a little big. This one's a little too thick. And I'm going to do a page over, and we could, cover it, glue this part down, and make it a tuck inward. But these pop out as, you could make these flaps pop out. Maybe put notepads on them, journal cards, I don't know. But it was a little thick for my book. Even to try to glue down those two tabs to make it an insert, it's almost the width of the my page. So that was the other thing, I had to cut it down. But I'm having a little bit of a glitch. This was a little heavy. And so I found another piece. It still was a little heavy. I did cut off one flap. But this one has the top window. So I'm thinking let's make us a shaker on this end. And we're going to trim down our tabs a little bit, and we're going to put journal cards on them so that they open up. So slight page over, we're going to have journal cards to flip out, to write on. We have a little shaker, and this is going to help me get started on our game board, our board game vacation journaling. I put in a windowed envelope tuck pocket last year, and I put a bunch of journal cards in it so I could track our marathons, our board game marathons, what we played, who won, how often we played, how we did, or just thoughts. And it was a little rough last year, so it was still a good way to like journal the memory of how we did. And I realized I do not have anything. And for us, our Christmas break starts literally the weekend of Christmas. So this is more like, okay, we got through the weekend, we had Christmas, now we get to relax and enjoy stuff up through the new year. And how many games can we get in? What are we going to do? So I thought we'd make this cute little over the page tuck shaker with some journal cards attached. And we are going to make the most of this. So you get to come along with me as I go along, and I will try to show you what I had in mind. And everything is sticking to each other because, gosh forbid, my thingies didn't go. I want to make sure I had it sort of paper clipped together so I had an idea what we were doing. So I just have a baggie here that does have a hole in the top. We'll probably cut this and glue it, making sure we have the perfect top, pocket. We'll put our stuff in it, and I probably will find a way. I haven't decided. I'm almost tempted to cut circles actually. A little bit bigger, do 2 circles, glue them together, glue it down so that our shaker stays right here. I'm a little afraid that if we do the pocket too loose, the shaker stuff is going to go behind our visual. So I think we're going to try to cut 2 circles, and we'll glue those circles together and then glue them down so that, and I may even I have some 2-sided sticky tape maybe to attach it to the cardboard, but we'll try to seal the actual circle. So we're going to use that to make our shaker. And we're going to decorate this up. Now, I want to use the journal cards we had left over, but I realized first, I was like, well, if I cover it this way, then I lose the journal card. However you do it, you're like, oh, I lose either the visual or the journal card. And this is very purpley blue compared to my book. Very purpley blue. As you see, very different. So I'm thinking we're not going to lose this, but we are going to decorate it up some to help reduce it a little bit. And everything else is going to get covered in one form or another. I think we're going to cover this in silver with what little we need to see. And we're going to trim these flaps down so the journal cards can just barely sit on them. And we can still see parts of the journal cards so that we can actually, write on them. Because I can't write about our fun ordeals if I can't see what I'm doing. So I did take a piece of this lovely wallpaper wrapping paper. There we go. Too many papers. Warm Wishes. I scanned this in at one point and made it part of a couple of my kits, and I have scraps of it all over the place. So we are going to cut out some trees out of this to help with the front, and it's a great little speck of the blue and the red for, I think, our tab out here. So we're just going to start working on stuff, start covering as we go, trim as we go, and hopefully actually finish something with you guys. But as you can see, I have blue and white hole punches, the larger circles, a little guy and plenty of glitter here to make our shaker. So that is definitely an option there. Yeah, I have pretty chunky stuff. I have the really fine stuff. I have the really big white glittery stuff, and then I said, so we have plenty of options as I'm dropping them everywhere. Hopefully to make it a good shaker, and because it's a fold over with a paper clip, I can pick it up and shake it around. Which sometimes we do this. We make these cute things, and then we're like, well, unless I shake the whole journal, you don't get to enjoy the shaker part, the little snow globe shaker part. So we've got plans. So the goal is that we're gonna have, hi baby girl. This over, the one that's probably says snowflakes are flowers of winter or whatever it is. This is going to be just a little bit that's going to get over the page, but on the back side, the other side where we're going to flip out, we're going to flip it up, and you can write on these and still write on the page underneath. So as long as I keep my directions in the right direction, we'll be good to go. So how is everyone doing? We're at the end of the week. I was going to show you the progress of my December daily. But I noticed next week's Friday is actually Christmas Eve. So I thought what I would do is show you how we were doing. I was going to probably do just a more quick flip through of how I journaled in my book so far next Friday. Make it quick and easy since I know it's not Christmas Eve. What am I saying? It's not Christmas Eve. That'd be too early. But the Friday before. It is the 22nd, I think. So it's almost Christmas Eve. I should say not Christmas Eve. I keep thinking it should be. That's the hard part. It's my girl's last day of finals, though. So sorry. I'm like, okay, it won't be Christmas Eve, but it's close. It's like the Friday before, and people are going to start traveling and all that stuff. So I don't want to make it too crazy, and I don't know what to do. If I do come up with another project, I'll add it on, but I will definitely do a full, so far up to Christmas type, flip through. I really am enjoying this year. I enjoyed it the first year I did it. I enjoyed making the journal last year. It was a little harder to do the journaling, as to be expected. So I am really enjoying it this year. I'm keeping on top of it. I've got pictures everywhere. So I am really happy with all in all what I did and what I'm working on. So I will definitely show you next Friday. And maybe there's a little tidbit, something to do, like a little. So the goal then, okay, so I'll show you as we go along. How's that? How we're going to use this. So I figured, this one, the Christmas Day here, so everything is journal cards and pages to write on for the day. So I didn't want to do too much right on top of it. So it is Tuesday on the 26th / 27th, 28th. So again, this is a page over. So it may start here with a lot of our Christmas to New Year's week is pretty light. See friends, enjoy Christmas. And then we have a lot of appointments and I don't know, or things we're going to try to truck in there afterwards. So what I was thinking though is probably on this page is that the goal is, so you see, is that we're going to page over here. So this is really pretty. It's not, and it doesn't superimpose on this. I love all of this together. We'll put the paper clip down. I maybe put a tree on here. We'll see if I do something on this side to make it a little more decorative, but we'll put a paper clip here. Of course, not this one. It's definitely the wrong color. And too big, but we'll put I don't have any paper clips right now. We'll put a paper clip of some sort down, right, to keep it in place. And it'll be on this side, and this is where we'll see our shaker and all the pretties. So all we have to do then is lift that up. Maybe I'll glue it. Well, not yet. If I decide I like it where it is, I might glue this tab down, actually, so that when we do is we can open it up, and then we're going to flip open. This will be protected, but we'll flip open and be able to write on the inside of both of our journal cards and write down here. So these may be the games we played. This may be who won each game. I'll find a cute way to use it, but I think once I know for sure where I want to put it, I will probably glue this tab down on the page that we're, on the back page of whatever we're doing. In the meantime, I'll hold it down, of course, with a paper clip. But this is what I think we're going to do, and I think we'll glue this down. I'm going to worry about making it a tuck because it's small, and I like the page. I don't want to interrupt the page. But we're going to either, unless I start on this page, but it's two very thick things side by side, so that's the only thing I don't want to do. I'm thinking here, snowflakes are wonderful winter butterflies, and it's going to start, even if I put the number 27 down here, this may be the beginning of our game marathon post-Christmas, holidays and fun with the three of us. So That's how we're using this. Now, depending on what you do, sometimes your page overs can be bigger or smaller. Like I said, at first it was supposed to wrap around the page this way, but that other flap was just really too much, and so I didn't quite want to go that way with it. My silly girl is beside me trying to eat. Nope, those. Yeah, see, I was almost debating on the house and cute stuff like that. So you never know. I may use that elsewhere and decorate with. Okay, so we know that the flap is good. I want to make sure everything's pretty glued down because it is going to take some beating. It's going to take a beating. It's going to take a beating here. Actually, I think we'll just trim it down a little bit because it is a little extra. I got to figure out how I'm going to do that. I'm right-handed, left-handed. There we go. Let's turn this around. I would try cutting with my left, but that's not going to work. Bummer part when you do that and you get a little too close. I got it up a little high and we're needing smaller scissors. Ah! Oh, there we go. I'm like, ah! I did do a lot of fussy. Did I do fussy cutting? No, I did not fussy cut. I was supposed to fussy cut my stuff for our snowflake journal, and but that's not till Monday for you guys. So I still have time. Well, when I'm filming this, I have time. I don't know. Every time I turn around, there's not enough to do. So I really hope your week is going well. I hope you're getting prepared. I think I have almost all my Christmas shopping done. I do have 2 things to still purchase in the sense of for my parents, but it's a digital kind of thing so they can go shopping on their own. We're not really out much anymore to like get shopping. So like, you can buy something, and my mom usually goes, "Oh, I really fell in love with this," and I'm like, "Oh, good, you got to window shop and got to go purchase what you wanted." It's always awesome. We don't go out as much as we used to. We used to do holiday fairs, and we used to do, the craft shows, and some of those things just don't exist anymore, and others, we just can't get out to. So it's like, oh man, because we'd go out and we'd always find each other something that we liked, and we'd buy it for each other. So that way, we get it. Now, I do feel like I'm going to do silver behind the shaker. I want to make sure we can see all that white stuff. So what I'm thinking is a combination of both ways. We're going to go silver both upward and downward. So I probably will just fold it in half. I'm going to get some silver tissue paper, and we're going to cover what we have to of the tabs, and of course cover the shaker so that when we look through it, as I knock everything over, you will see everything on top of that silver, and it'll make it a whole lot easier to see. I don't think I want it perfectly see-through. I think it wouldn't be as fun, and I want to make sure that we're good. So we're going to do 2 things. Let's trim the tabs to make sure we have what we want. So if we get excited, we don't overdo it. So I do want these almost up against this. I guess it could come out a little bit off the edge of the tab. I don't think we need a whole lot. I really don't. I want to make sure we have enough that I feel it's not going to come off, but not so much that we lose a lot of our writing space. Nice thing is that with this, we have all of this to write on. So even though the picture is started on its side, when we flip it out, we're going to have all of this to look at. So what I want, and I left a little mark so I know where the top is. Let's see if I do that. I'm trying to figure out if I cut it up here. I'm almost going to go into I'm going to make sure we don't get too close because we're going to have a lot going on in there, and I don't want to, I really don't want to get guys caught in those corners like we've done in the past. I've gotten pretty bad with that lately. I'm like, oh, too much in the base, in our crevices. Of course, probably not a straight cut, but that's okay. So what I wanted to do with these guys was that we would have them facing, I think, like this and go out, this and go out. And that's fine because when we... That's the back side. I know it just seems funny. Oh, let me think about this. Let me cut both edges and then we're going to rethink that because I got to make sure that I'm not looking at it like this. I'm looking at it where we're going to flip it open. And this is going to have it be where we're going to see it on the top of the page. So we're going to want to make sure it's this way. And it's this way. So when I flip this open, we see this, we flip it out. We see this, we flip it out. Right? So I think we also should probably trim these down too so they do blend into this a little better. So, okay, so we're getting there. I know, upside down and right side up. You have to start thinking about it. You, when you are dealing with the possibility of upside down and right side up, you hate to do this and then look back and go, oh, I did that upside down. That is no fun. It's really not. So yeah, make sure we are sort of constantly double checking our work. And these are great tabs. These are things that can be cut. Oh, it's a glare. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. You could tag these, stack them, make pockets out of them, right? Add a little fuzz or a little extra here to make it like a white snow-capped thing on both of them. Make sure it's well glued down. Then you can glue all down the edges, and you could make these pockets. So maybe I'll hold on to those. To bring the color somewhere else, we will definitely use it. The bottom part is I did not get, like I said, I did not get enough photos or anything right now to really commemorate her birthday. So it's just a pretty little pocket that maybe we'll use next year for her 18th. It's something I'll hold on to, and you never know. You know, I mean, I have a pocket here and there, and it's still really pretty, so maybe I'll pull it out next year, and it'll get used in a fashion for her, for Sammy. But yeah, I don't know. You know, I didn't go as planned on her birthday and or. Ooh, that's interesting. Sorry, I just realized that my inner pocket here was getting bunched up weird. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know, but anyway, it didn't work as we were explaining, so I didn't really get anything to commemorate her ordeal. So yeah, a little bummed there. Okay, I realize I have no ink on the back of these cards, so that's no good. So we'll see. I mean, it was really pretty, and I love that I made it, you know, that we made that sort of side tuck and pocket, all that little pocketed booklet. It came out really cute, and I may find something later to do that with, but I'll have to figure out how to use it. But yeah, it stays, and I always pull out the year prior's book, and like right now, last year's book is sitting on my piano, so I can look at it like I just happened to, and realize this week was the passing of my father-in-law, and so it was like, oh, that's right, it was around this time, wasn't it? Ugh. So I'm like, oh, I need to reach out to my sister-in-laws and be like, love you. Which I'm filming this earlier in the week, so it's not, you know, this late in the game. And I'm like, oh yeah, by the way. No, I'll get a hold of them. It's one of those things, do you bring it up? Do you remind them? But I know some of them did reach out to me around his, and so you're like, okay, yeah, you send your love, you send your prayers, you send your thoughts. So I'm going to do a little extra here. I didn't go too crazy with it, but I feel like, even though I have some blue distressed in the print work, I'm going to do a little extra gray, so that has a little bit more of a feel. So, I had two different thoughts. I had the silver on the inside, and I was debating on the outside, but I think we're going to leave the blue. But I do like the idea of possibly getting an angle, because I feel like we need to maybe from the bottom definitely bring it up so you really don't see it on the outside or on the inside here. I feel like we need to go from here to here and cut it, and here to here and cut it, and of course I need to do it backwards. That way, I don't know, it's just a little cleaner. I try not to cut my fingers while doing this. Made a little mark, and I'm just trying to go back to it as an angle from that mark into the corner as close as I can. So when it comes up, we're going to go this way with it. Actually, you'll just see a little bit of the blue here, which is fine. It is part of our ordeal. And then we're going to, yeah, we don't want to, and then this is going to be silver with it. We're going to do potentially tissue all the way across here. So we're going to cover this flap with silver, and we're going to cover the back of our shaker with silver. So there is that. Okay, so we did that for this one. Now I could glue it on and leave it be, because then I would, but when I go to do the tissue, I'm going to want to be able to cleanly cut around all this, I think, so that it does not interfere with that. That way too, I know for sure as we continue on that I am doing this all in the right direction. But I think we're getting there. So I like the idea of that. We'll go out this way. Let's do the same thing here. Let's try to find middle. Ha. We're not going to glue it down this low, but it doesn't really make a difference whether how low I do it, because it technically is the same width. There we go. I know, so did we get all our Christmas shopping done? Have we wrapped it all? That was my project before this video this morning, was to get my presents for my girls wrapped, so I knew exactly what I had. I do have 2 more presents showing up, 1 for each of them. So they have about equal amounts. I think I have more stuff to go in their stockings than I do, though, in their, to actually go anywhere else, which is sort of funny. I was like, huh, well, we'll see as I'm stocking stuffing, and I'm going to wrap a few of the presents that go in the stocking, but if they just feel like it's too bulky, I'm definitely going to have to put those little things possibly under the tree. I'm like, I may be doing some wrapping that night. Okay. So now I think our big deal, so this was going to be either glued down or, yeah, I think we're going to glue it down when we're done, because I don't want to be able to take the paper clip off, and then, yes, they could shake, we could shake it, and it might make it easier to wrap. I don't know. So I'm wondering if all of this needs to be silver. Like, well, maybe we'll do a silver over this whole thing. If I glue it down, I glue it down. If I don't, then I could take it off the page, shake it, isn't it cute? Flip it over, write on it, and then just paper clip it back in place. And when I open it and I flip it open, I can, of course, write underneath it on the paper. So I think we're going to do that. We'll make sure everything's covered in silver. So let's get the shaker taken care of then, because I think that is definitely our next spot. No easy way to do this. I mean, it all depends. If you were just making a pocket and you wanted something behind it, I mean, this could be just a single piece of cellophane or plastic cover, and you could glue it down, put stuff in it, and then put another piece of paper over it. I think having it in a sort of a pocket does help. I hate to undo the pocket part. I really do. Like, I'm like, oh, it's a pocket, but it's not a perfectly sealed pocket, and that's the thing. So I think we're going to be safer if we just make my circles, and we just, right, make circles, haha. And I'm going to do this and see it. I'm like, here, I'm going to see. Oh, let's see. I have pens. That might work. I'm like, it's an X-Acto. But let's go out here. All right, we want to make sure we go just outside, but not that deep. Oops. Ooh. Well, we don't want to do that. I did not make that. Look at that. We can wipe it away. So be sure not to wipe it away when I do it. I want to make sure I miss the hole up there and I have enough down here. Okay, just barely. So I just want to go sure just outside of it so that there's not a lot of gap. And we don't end up any holes. We don't end up with any weird spots. And I can potentially, and then we'll let's cut outside that hole just to be on the safe side. Me and circles do not cut well. This is probably a glare. So yeah, I'm just cutting right outside the line I sort of made. So I definitely have room to do this, and that when we glue it and everything else, like, everything works out. I don't know. There's probably many ways to do this, but I just like using the scraps, right? The things that we have, however way possible. And, you know, having the cellophane that works nice enough, and it's mine, so that's a nice thing. I don't feel like it has to be ultimately perfect, but there we go. We have 2 pieces. So we'll put the really nice one on the outside. And let's see, let's try the glue first. Right? And let's see, I'm debating here. I don't really have to do it on top of here, but at least if there's some glue that goes over, it makes it easier. Oh, my thing's all gunky. I didn't bring it out. Oh, see, yesterday I was working on stuff, so I brought everything out here to work on it. And then I tried to bring it all back in. Shoot, it's been getting cold. Actually, we had a little bit of frost on the white shaker, whatever, tile on the roofs this morning. I noticed everything was a little white. I was like, okay. My cat keeps trying to go out, and I'm like, no, you are crazy. And oh, I need to put stuff in here, huh? Okay, so we won't completely seal this. Thank God I'm over talking here. All right, so let's go all the way around except for one spot, like you do when you sew, right? You do your hem, and then you have to leave a hole so that you can turn everything right side out, so that your pillow, your whatever, is properly dealt with. Because we're using the tack, I can move this a little bit, because I did not line that up. And I guess if we can see a little of anything, it's just going to have a, oh, that's so not lining up. It'll have a shaker snowy effect, right? I don't know. I can feel it that it's not lined up. But I don't know if it's if it's right side out or inside out or backwards, or no, it's sticking. So we're going to leave it. Okay. Well, we have a pocket and it glues down, and that's all that matters. All right, well, no, it's sticking a lot faster than I expected, but that's okay. We have a pocket. We have something here, and that's really all that matters. I want this outward. Okay, so I'm going to try to put things in here upright, right side up, whatever. Doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. I do have a little bit of problem with that. I know as I put stuff in my shakers and things turn upside down or right side out, and I mean, it's supposed to. It's not supposed to be perfect. That wouldn't be any fun, right? But then things are like, you can't see them, or they don't quite do what you want them to do. It is coming loose, but you know, we'll keep working that as we go. And I'm going to fill it up and hope that when we're done and seal it, it'll flatten out a little bit. Woo! Well, there's one way to do it, right? Oh, there's a, see, it's sitting in a thing of whatever. I got a white, there is some blue technically on those things, but now I'm looking at going, well, problem is that one's cute, but you know what? The circles and the big circles in the back aren't doing anything. Where's my tweezers? Let's not get my fingers in there too much, and then I'm going to unglue everything, aren't I? I like my thing, but these guys are not doing it any, like, they're not really moving around. They're not doing much. Of course, my stamp is upside down. These are part of the kit. I had 2 or 3 stamps. I tried to find something, and I really didn't do a lot of clusters or fussy cuts on this kit. All right, we got to get some blue in there. We definitely need another color, which I'm really so tempted to do this because I realize I do not have another container for this color. Oh well. I'm running out of glitter containers. Ooh, now that's sort of pretty. And let's get some silver in there because you knew I love my silver. I probably have silver elsewhere. I don't know. Oh well. Oh no. Are you falling out of the bottom? You are falling out of the bottom. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. What happened here? What is going on? It's not gluing down like it's supposed to. It's coming out everywhere. Oh shoot. Well, I don't mind it sticking to the spot, but I don't need it coming out of the spots. Okay, well, that wasn't slightly unexpected that things are not as sealed as we thought. Okay, well, always lessons learned, right? Oh, it's all coming out. Hold on, in case it falls out. Yeah, I don't like glitter glue usually because of the fact that you can see it all, but I'm wondering why usually my fabric tack works for this, but for some reason it's being stubborn. I don't mind that there's some stuff stuck down here, but I do mind that it's not sealing and it's not closed. Or they didn't line up apparently, or I thought they lined up and there's just not enough glue right there. Okay, well, of course, there's always lessons learned here, right? Get in there. I just think things moved and not in a good way, and I don't want to be shaking this and keep finding glitter every year. It's coming out. I'm like, no, no, no. And maybe with those pieces of glitter in the place, it'll make it easier. I'm going to keep checking. I know it's coming loose up here as I'm working on it, and that's okay because I am trying to fill it. But, hope I'm in. Okay. And yes, I'm licking my finger, but, you know, it's mine, so I'm not giving this away. Okay, before I put the silver in there, whoops, okay. Glitter everywhere, which I know better. Usually I have something down, and I don't have anything down. I have nothing down, and I'm covered in glitter. Yeah, I have a tendency of wearing my favorite, like, cozy, comfy clothes, and yeah, they get brutally abused. With all the projects, you know, earlier was, oh no, nope, it's not working. Oh my, I feel like I'm gonna have to tightly glue one side and go back and tweak it. It's falling apart as we speak. Okay, well, this is not what I was expecting. We'll do that everywhere. I definitely have glitter everywhere. That's not a problem. It's gonna be a gorgeous shaker if I can keep it in there. Well, we love our snow globes in this house, so, you know, why not make it feel that way more and more? but I don't need it coming out of the bottom. Okay, we're going to do this. I will find a way to gather that up. That's why I like the tops, because usually I will pour the excess, like I will shake excess into my top, and then I can put it back in the container that I was using. Of course, it's a mix, but this is going to go right back in this thing as soon as I can get it to figure what it's doing. That and baby wipes. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, well, maybe we're not. We're going to be using something else. I think I have everything in it, so I think in that sense we're good. We're just going to keep and hope this dries and we can't see it. That's going to be my thing, is that will we see it once it dries? And is it going to keep moving? Because I think I noticed a lot was that the glitter glue actually moves, and while you're trying to glue stuff down, and I was like, that is not on my top 10 list. So I'm gonna give it a moment, see what dries. Ay, ay, ay. All right, well, while we're waiting, we'll put it aside for a second, let that dry some. We'll shift everything backwards, see how it does, and then we'll have to go the other way with it. Like, I don't want to totally, but oh my gosh. Yeah, I have to redo this side, I think. There's still holes everywhere. Oh my gosh. You don't realize that you have a hole until something comes through. Until something comes through. And then you're like, oh, none of it's staying. Okay. So maybe we're going to have to go all the way around. Some of it worked fine. Others did not. Alright. Well. They moved and they didn't stay lined up, for one. And two, the glue definitely didn't, like, it dried, but it didn't. Alright, well, while we are waiting for that to somewhat dry and see if it'll stay sticky, let's go along to the tissue end of it, at least shape it out. Like, we may not perfectly glue it down yet, of course, because I have to get my shaker in there, but we can measure out our spot. And I think we need to do a spot where we know for sure it's pretty laid out, pretty folded for me already. I have an equal amount, right? And here we go. So what I'm thinking, there's no easy way. I'm going to measure it to the outside, I think, and then we're going to glue it down. Now, if I glue it too close to the top, both my ends will, up against the foil, so fold, so that I know that my two ends will stay together, and then we can just glue them when we're done. So we're just going to try to use the X-Acto knife, and we are going to hold really tight and hope nothing moves, that I don't overcut it. Now that I can't use a little bit of, oh yeah, no, it's over, under, over. You don't know. Hope I don't move anything. I'm probably off camera too, aren't I? I am so sorry, guys. Okay. Give me a sec. I'm literally just going around it with my X-Acto knife here to try to get the two halves to match up, because we want that silver on the front and the back. We want it on this end to make it look pretty and silvery. I had to hide the cardboard since we're not writing on any of the cardboard. But then I'm also, where we want to see the silver behind all these beautiful white bits of confetti and glitter. And I figured that would make it the best way to, showcase those things and not have it bleed in anywhere. So let's hope this works. It can be a little rough if it needs to be. If it's not a perfect cut, we can I can always just stress the cardboard a little bit, make sure it has that silvery tone, gray tone, whatever, and then, we know that the, maybe. Ta-da! Okay. Now, next thing to do, carefully, I think we'll do it with this, is glue these two ends together, these two ends together, or two halves together. There's a fold up here, which is great. Keeps them in line, but we want them as seamless as we possibly can. And Fabri-Tac is just, well, it's tacky. It's not my Fabric Fusion, it's Fabri-Tac. And oh my gosh, I don't know. Let's make sure we don't have anything underneath. I'm just going to pick it up, make sure I don't pick it up, and we want to put it right back down so that we don't have the wrong side lined up with the wrong one. So that's going to be my biggest thing, is not to accidentally do that. It's a little off, and yes, I will definitely have to, what's the word? Carefully glue everything back down. So we don't have punctures, we don't have anything weird. As flat as I can. Okay. Let's see. So yes, here it is. I'm going to pick it up. It's going to go right back down on here. Right. Hopefully we can clean this up a little bit. We do have to keep in mind, luckily I did a little extra, I guess, that this will fold in. And that's okay if there's a little extra. That will give us some dimension, even with the cards. I'm not going to see much of that because the cards will be covering it to a point, but alright, so that is going to be the idea. Yeah, all of them did. So once it's done and I cut it and it's glued, and if I feel comfortable, we'll cut off that layers. If not, it's okay. We're going to leave it as a, maybe on the safe side, I'm going to glue one side down. We're going to do one tab down carefully so that I do not accidentally flip this upside down or right side up and then forget, and then I'm trimming when I shouldn't be and going, why isn't this fit? Because no one wants to do that. I want to make sure everything is well lined up within reason. Right, that everything looks okay. There is room. Yeah, so I do that and it's a little short. I mean, don't get me wrong, I probably cut these guys a little bit under the cuff, not realizing it, right? And if it all works out, it's all the better. So we'll make it really tight. Make sure I glue it down, and we'll do this. And if there's excess somewhere, there's excess somewhere, and I'm okay with that. Okay, so we'll very carefully, right, push it back that way, because it's one step at a time. Well, it's one step at a time. So as you can see, I don't feel like that's gluing. I mean, it's gluing, but it's definitely not, oh, hopefully it didn't show anything off. Thank God, I forgot about my thing. Okay, so far, we got, plenty of glitter. But nope, nothing is holding. Oh man, come on guys. No, it's just popping right open. The moment the glitter gets on it, it is coming open. Okay. In all directions, nothing is holding. Alright, hold on. I need to put this on and in something. Hold on, I need a tray. I need something to put this in. I'm looking around and I'm not really finding anything. Hold on. I need something I can dump this into so we can try to repocket this, because it is definitely not doing what it was supposed to be doing at all. There is no way. I don't care if there's excess stuff everywhere, but I do care that we are not getting it, even if the glue stuck to the glitter, but the glitter is not sticking to the plastic, so it is definitely not doing what it's supposed to be doing. And everything else that goes with it. Oh my jeez. Cheese and crackers, people. Who knew well, I knew the shaker part was slightly temperamental. That actually doesn't surprise me at all. I was a little worried about that. But I thought the fabric tack was going to work, because the glitter glue is definitely not liking, is not drying on the cellophane. I mean, it's just a little cellophane bag, and so it's not the harder plastic. Now, if you were using the harder plastic, that you get either like a planner, like you get planner, which I wonder if I have that. I'm going to have to shift gears here. Sometimes there are dividers and plastic covering, dividers and packaging in things like happy planners or planner, folder things, journaling boxes, things we get all the time, that you keep those, especially when they're clear and there's something printed on them. You can use those, and that's what I did for that pocket inside the winter journal. Hold on guys, I know there's nothing there. I'm just trying to see if I can, like, everything dried, but nothing dried together. I don't think this is going to work. I'm just going to see if I can save any more of the glitter. It's all glued to itself, but it's not anything else. Okay, so that's not going to work. That is just a mess and not going to stick. Now I got to see if I have any plastic anywhere. Sometimes I have it easily accessible, and sometimes I don't. Of course, it's not easily accessible right now. Okay, give me a moment. I'm going to pause you and you won't feel more than a second, but I'm going to see if I can find a better set of actual harder plastic and not just the cellophane that we can glue together and make a better pocket or window pocket for this. So it's nice and successful and doesn't keep leaking every year I pull it out. All right, give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I did pause it. It paused for about 15 minutes. It was doing good. I came back on, and then the phone rang. And I forgot to do the do not disturb and don't, forget to turn off ordeal. So anyway, I could not find the harder plastic that you find in packaging. I don't know if I've used all of mine, where it went. Oh, I'm kicking myself. But we're talking like harder stuff like this. And I don't know where all of it is. I couldn't find any of it. But I did find these little baggies that have no holes in them and are ziplocked across the top. These are great. They're great for any Hobby Lobby type stuff. Or not Hobby Lobby, but like hobby-based stuff. But when you want to secure things, and I thought, okay, well, maybe, just maybe, with a little bit of work, we could do some double-sided tape in places to keep things from moving too much. Now, remember, this is going to be upside down more times than not, so, or I have to make sure I put it in here upside down, and so we can see it, because remember, if this is folded over, we're going to see it like this. I'm going to have to bring it up some, because I'm like, I really want to make sure that we don't lose it. I'm going to probably glue it right on the edges here, so we can see more of it. I probably could even fold it back some. So we're going to use a double-sided sticky tape to sort of create our circle that we need. We're going to go up really tight. I'm probably even going to do things like this to where maybe it won't be able to go too far to the edges. And we keep our color where we want it. And then I'm probably going to glue the top. I'm going to cut the top and do a strip inside there to keep it shut. So we're going to sort of finesse this because I'm not going to do more of this. I don't know if it's going to work ordeal. Oh, man. Well, if you don't succeed at first, try again, right? But yeah, no, I had time and I thought, okay, my dad was dropping stuff off for my girls and I thought we'd be good. And then I ended up talking to him a little longer than I realized, but I was like, that's all right. I came in here, I was still holding. I was so stoked. And the moment I started up, someone called. Some random thing. Nothing I want, of course. And I was like, man, I was so frustrated. All right, so then we're just going to continue this sort of ordeal. And if anything is extra sticky, it's fine because we are putting that silver over across the top of this. So it's not like it's a huge deal. I just want to make sure that we're sort of trying to find ways to keep it from... Let's see, that worked. Hello, come on. And it still gets in there. We're keeping it here at the bottom better. Yeah, we're just going to keep working it. We're just going to keep working our way around it. And the nice part is all of it's on the outside of the plastic. And so, it's not so bad. I got to stick it down here. It's just the outer layer. So, yeah, I'm not going to be perfect. It's going to take a little bit of work. But that's okay. I can't do much more there. I don't want it to overlap. So, we're going to run it. It's for me. It's not the BS, but yes, there's probably another way to do this. I think when you do the circles, I don't know how much easier it is to, keep the shaker where you want it. I guess that's my biggest thing is I want to, I want it in certain places. I don't want it just everywhere. I'm going to go this way across the top. And then I will slit it and reseal it. Again, this is where it lays. Well, so far I know there's a glitter. I mean, it moves around really well, which is nice. I have made a number of these, and I cannot get them to move around at all. And I know it's a lot of glare, but here we'll see. I'm wondering that silver behind it's going to help. Let's see. I don't want it to stick though. Hold on, we'll wait. Okay, so I'm going to carefully slit this, open it. Let's see if we can get the rest of it down. Everybody open it carefully. So yeah, I'm 40 minutes in and it stopped, but here, we'll make this quick, because once this is done and the silver is done, I may be able to pause it for a second, cut out some of my, what's the word? Trees, and help glue that on too. But All right, let's see what we can do. I'm gonna slit it right about here. We want it a little shorter, definitely, because we know that it's not going to the top. Look at that, beautiful. I get some glitter on my sticky thing, but that's okay. It's already glued down, so I'm just gonna go right back over that top area, trying to get some more sticky. And I'm gonna keep sticking it until I know for sure it's sealed. I could add a little glue at this point, because I do see holes that I did not catch. Who knew this would be so annoyingly painful to do? Right? Who knew? Here, you know what? We'll go in that way. We're just going to go a couple different ways in and hope that, like we did elsewhere, we can get the right sticky in here. Because I see that hole and I'm like, that's going to let everything out when I turn this upside down, or right side up, or however you want to put it. Might have to put a little glue in here, but, or I'm going to tape the outside, one or the other, I don't know. Oh, I'm like, what is going on? I got some tape where I don't need tape. Luckily it does rub off, but so much glitter, so much glitter. I guess the real test now is to see, so worrisome, right? Let's see, does it stay? Does it stick? Does it come out? Oh, a little bit's coming through. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. Well, we're gonna try to put some glue in here. We're gonna try to put. I see a little bit coming through, but I don't know how much farther it'll come out. This is where we're going to definitely glue and hold and squeeze it so that there's a seal, but there's not a. Maybe better than it was, but I don't know if it's done. Let's see over here. Just because, I mean, it shouldn't have a problem. It's upright. This thing shouldn't. But you know, if I go to put it away at some point, and all of a sudden, you know, we're no, I think I finally got it, guys. Ah, ladies and gentlemen, I think we did it. Or well enough. Okay. I love it. And of course, my birdie's upside down now, but it's okay. I'm like, my birdie's upside down. I've got glitter everywhere. It's all good. It's a good day. All right, let's keep going. I don't want to get too sidetracked here. There we go. I'm repurposing something, trying to make the most of it. Now we are going to glue this down everywhere to Sunday and cross our fingers. I know sometimes people put little beads and other lovely things inside their shakers, but I don't have a lot. I have a lot of glitter and some confetti, but don't have a lot. So I'm glad I put the little birdie in there. It is really cute that way. Everything's sticking, which is good. So I have a little something to look at besides just glitter and confetti. I have a couple different types of confetti, which I did notice that big old, my little coins are definitely hiding. All right, so we're gonna go across this. We're gonna smooth it out all the way over, all the way up. Hoping for the best, like we always do. We'll cut up the edges. We'll check the edges as we go along, just to make sure. All right, so let's very carefully fold and tuck in and fold. Oh, look, everything's sort of laid out. I'm not actually, now that it's actually in place, as long as I don't do anything too crazy. A little bumpy, but I mean, it's fine. I will take it for all that it is. I am so happy. Okay, I'm so glad that fixed. Oh, I love it. It's all shaky. It's all pretty. Definitely a glare, of course, when I'm doing the camera thing, but, you know, there it is. All this lovely shakeable stuff. My little shaker, my little birdie. He's actually upright for the moment. You can't see my funny thing is my larger, these larger coins are in the back of the paper. They're sticking to each other. Isn't that funny? I can't get them to come out because I didn't really need them back there, but you never know. Ah, okay. Now, this goes this way. It plops up this way. I need to be able to see these correctly. All right, now, we're treating this as when we pop it up away from the page, these guys are sitting here and the other side. Okay, so this is pretty much paper on paper. I know it's a little glossy, but it's okay. Don't think we need more than that. We're going to just enough over the edge. Not so much that I feel you know, it's going to get caught on anything, but enough to where we can see. This is where let me see what's coming loose everywhere. Right, there's a little bit of brown here, and if it really bugged me, I could put a washi on those corners, those edges. I do see that I need to glue. I do need to get some more glue in there. There we go. One down. I like it sort of out, it's outward like that. We're gonna flip it out, and I can now write whatever's going on in a nice vertical manner. So that goes this way. We're gonna have this guy. So you flip that one open. You see this one. You flip that one open. All that jazz. Oh. Yay, I'm very happy. This is turning out super cute. And I have and I know I have a reason for it, just like we had our fold out, you know, pocketed tag pocket thing going on for Christmas. So I can, you know, put all of our Christmas plans in it that day. Now we're looking at maybe, you know, combining Christmas into Christmas Eve with my parents, but either way, like, it's all still good. It's all jazz. It's all good. Whether we do nothing, we do everything. It's reflective. It's gratitude. It's whatever. I can definitely make the most of all those cute little cards and do a Christmas Eve thing. So this will be great as a all around, you know, this is what's going on with our gaming marathons. Gotta be careful. I just try to dump all my glitter out. Let's not do that after all of that. That was already all over the place, right? Okay, so this goes this way. Comes down, we have this. The only thing we have left now is decorating the front. Here, we'll do this, sort of make it easier, maybe to get going here, but we're going to flip this one over. It has all these things on it. I need another paper clip, don't I? Just don't want to catch it too terribly on anything. That feels like a really big paper clip. Let's see if we can find a smaller one just for now. I have a blue one. Here we go. What I don't want to do is get anything caught in here, and then I'm, you know. So there would be the paper clip. That's cute. Slides across nice and easily because of that tissue, but that decors that. Then this is here, and if we had it glued down, it would pop open, and you would flip it open, and you have something here and here. So what we might do for this one is I'm cutting out those Christmas cards. So we'll put a Christmas card. We are cutting out some of these lovely trees. And I think we'll put a tree in there. That, or I'm going to put another cluster. I do have sort of clusters. I just don't have a lot of fussy cuts. I don't know why. I think I put a lot of them in the other thing. Hold on. I had it out here just a moment ago. And I had it. Of course, I'm wasting my time looking for it now, aren't I? I think that's it. I'm like, after that, it goes to the other side, and it's the other ordeal. I don't want to get them all confused here. Hold on, I have an envelope in here. I was like, what do I have in here? I think I was going to use that in some way, and I don't have it in use. How rude. What am I looking? Oh, well, there's that. I could cut that up. Or, I'm trying to see if I had, I was looking for, even something like this, baby. It's cold outside. Something cute to sort of decorate the inside of that silver, because that's sort of a bummer. It's sort of bland, right? I have a Christmas tree from the other kit. I could always use that too. Okay, well, I didn't find what I was looking for. I thought I saw it. I did have some, oh, there it is. Something like that could be on the inside, but it does match the cards almost verbatim. So I'm like, that's sort of blah. But it's all birds, really, right? No matter what I do. So anyway, we could open this up and have something really cute right here. I can either fussy cut that in the middle, so it's like a little surprise when you open it up. I do have, or I could cut that up, put off like a little banner. It's like almost like an extension of like a ribbon. We could do it that way. I do have this, but it's a little long, and I don't want to have to try to figure out how to cut that one. But I could do that with the fussy cut. Maybe we can fussy cut a little bit, and I can make, a little cluster right here, which I'm really liking that idea, actually. Okay, so we'll do that. And, all I'm going to do on the outside is just to sort of reduce the purpley blue, is to cut as many of the full trees as I can out of this. Like, I love this cluster right here, and this one here. I have a blue one here. I have a couple tree clusters going on in different places that are pretty full, and I can cut them out and use them to deal with the sort of, I can put like a cluster here and a cluster here. I can put some trees around this to lighten up and sort of reduce some of this purpley blue. and that would be a nice way to sort of pull all the pieces together. So that I will have to do on my own. I have to be really careful on how I fussy cut all of that. I'm like, oh, I have paper clips going on everywhere, don't I? Oh my goodness. Apparently I was doing more of those than I realized. But let's really quickly, because I'm just a few minutes, let's work on this. And let's see if we can get this one taken care of. Now, where did that tree go? I'm like, where did my tree go? So we have that. Let's cut this really quick. I really appreciate you all being here and joining along, starting a new series with me, starting a new, well, not new, but sort of like a new, you know, Friday event. My December Daily, Friday Daily. I thought for a few weeks you would know for sure there'd be Fridays on the December Daily, and I will try to do one then also at post-Christmas, the Friday before the New Year. Maybe I'll try to see how our week went and see if there's anything else exciting I can put on these last few pages where we are tucking in events or receipts, or I know there was something going on that I think there's a movie we needed to go see for the holidays. I wanted to go see. I don't remember what it was. I know Wonka, the whole chocolate factory, like pre-sequel type thing came out, or is coming out. There was something else I thought we needed to go see. I don't remember what it was though. So yeah, I mean, there's some stuff could be going on, and photos or pictures of things that, you know, sort of show off the end of the year. We are going to try to keep it quieter, but you know, we still have things to do, don't get me wrong. There's always something going on. Okay, let's get this done real quick. I don't want to be too long. Sometimes the only downside about continuing on with the video is that you end up a little over. I don't want to go too far over, but I did sort of want to finish enough of this with you guys. I'm like, oh, we went through all of that. We want to at least finish. I'll show you that, of course, when I go to do the reveal next week before the immediate holiday. I will show you how the first 24 days went. I will show you how the outside of this one went, if that works for us. Something like that. Maybe. Like it's sort of overlapping when you sort of get that tree in there. Or not. Maybe no tree. I don't know. I feel like it's not quite. I think we just need to put her on top of the flag, which looks like a ribbon. So I sort of like that. Okay, let's try this. We're going to try to see if the... Here I go again, guys. Sorry. Let's see if the glitter glue will do its job on the tissue. I've noticed lately I'm going underneath what I'm working on instead of staying on top. Sort of annoying. And I don't need glue on the underside. Let's go about middle. I think, yep, that works for me. I'm gonna do this one about middle. Yeah, this was on a page where we had a pocket or whatever, so of course these little clusters have backings, but, which I think I have one of the two of these clusters in that little Christmas pouch, Christmas pocket, so, you know, it's sort of nice that it has a backing. I could write a date or a quick achievement on it, so that's always good. So we're going to go about there. I like that. That little point piece lines up with a snowflake. It's all good. Go underneath it, just to be on the safe side. And yes, it's upside down in general, but when it's flipped up properly to be shown off, and we are writing on these, you know, we're flipping these out like a top piece, you know, it's coming up the top here, and we're opening it up here, you know, we flip it open, and it's up here, we've got notes, and whether it's records, games played, who won how many, you know, who's a reigning champion, whatever. Then we have all this page, all of the reflection down here, down below, and then this is up here. So we're going to close it, and we're going to fold it over. See? And then I think, like I said, with certain trees, sort of clustered in and around the edges, and maybe even up above, I don't know, we can get some of this purpley blue to come down a little bit. But that's okay. Blue is blue. It all works. This is very much a denim blue kit, I noticed, but it's all right. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have a shaker page over, right? A little something there that we may glue down if we know for sure. I feel good about it. I'm going to glue it down, and I know that I could, you know, play around with it a little bit, and I have a nice little shaker. We open it up, and we have, you know, something pretty to reveal, and information inside, nice and shiny and glittery, but room to write and more room to write, and we don't lose any pages. So I hope you all enjoyed this lovely little use it up, scrap ordeal. We're using journal cards for and flaps. We're using tissue and wrapping paper. We're using Kleenex box tops, right? We're in to make a lovely shaker. And I really appreciate you watching on our Friday daily, December daily edition. I really hope you have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful week to come if I don't see you. But we will be back with Snowflake Journal. We will be back with, I don't know, journals. Journals and options, right? We're going to do pages. We're going to decorate pages. We're going to look for things to create. And more reveals of how my December daily is coming along. So thank you all so very much. Love you all. So sorry, I guess it's time to go. I will talk to you all real soon. Bye-bye.